Rosco, you done well there. You got savaged by me dog when you come in.
I love that dog. She is an absolute beauty.
She greeted you like a long lost friend, didn't she? She's like, where have you been? Because you were here maybe, like 3 months ago or something?
Yeah, and she's like, oh, you've came back. But then I guess, I've got other dogs' smells on me, so it's sort of like, it is like greeting a stranger.
I've heard that a few times of people about the other dog's smell and stuff, right? But she gans past other people's dogs to meet the person. If she says hello to a dog, it's like a means to an end. Well, she's not that stoked about other dogs. She just wants to get to the person behind the dog.
Well, I guess the people behind the dog are the ones with like the little treats and stuff like that. So she knows where her bread is being buttered.
They're shallow as fuck, aren't they?
Yeah.
They're so obvious.
Although when I go back to my mum and dad's house and they've got like 5 staffies, and then when I go back to my house, my dog and my mother and father-in-law's dog there, Betty, like they will give me like a sniff down.
Do they?
I call it a sniffular pat down.
Aye, like a head to toe search.
Oh yeah, they're like, what the fuck have these cunts been saying? Just sniffing. I'm going, what the fuck is? Oh yeah, okay, cool.
Aye, but because that communication in it, like that's how they learn shit about each other. It's the fucking. I did bits on it about how like when every time they were pissing, it was like ASL. No number who this. Like every time they leave a piss, it's like a fucking MSN. Aye.
Do you know?
It's like Facebook updates and that. Updating their status.
There's a story that my wife's dad told her when she was young, and she told me, and it was about why dogs sniff other dogs' arseholes. Aye. And he told her when she was a young girl that it was because all the dogs were at a house party. They were all at a house party. I have to banter, actually. Sorry. When all the dogs were at a house party, and then there was a fire, and the dogs had to hang their arseholes up on hooks on the way in, and then there was a house fire, and all the dogs had to run out and grab a arse. So the dogs are sniffing each other's arseholes to check and see if it's their arsehole or not, because they all get mixed up.
So they can get them back. Yeah, that's the fable.
Yeah,
the fable behind sniffing arseholes.
But then you see like a Doberman, you're like, well, that's clearly not got a Schnitz's arsehole. Do you know what I mean? That's a Doberman's arsehole. So I think he's tall.
Is the other arseholes in the dogs like a relative size? Like, if you took a Doberman's arsehole and you took a Shih Tzu's arsehole, like, if you went on You Bet with Mathew Kelly, right, and they had the arseholes of different sized dogs. Yeah. Do you reckon there'd be some surprises in there where the guy on that one's like a fucking, like, what, a St. Bernard's arsehole, but it was tiny, you guessed it was a Chihuahua's. I guess, like, fuck off, St. Bernard's have got tiny little arseholes like that. Do you think it's proportional, or do you think you would absolutely smash You Bet?
I think I think mostly proportional, but I reckon there would be some surprises. You'd be like, I couldn't believe that. I couldn't believe. There's so many things that I'm still, even at the age of 36, I'm still finding out about the world, and I go, I never knew that. I was in Australia there for 5 weeks. I saw a pigeon having a drink.
Oh, fuck, they'd have a drink?
I didn't know. I saw it having a drink, and I was like, I didn't know you'd done that.
Well, just out of a puddle?
Just it was a wee fountain. It was just going like...
Had a tongue?
Yeah, had a tongue, yeah.
Fuck off, did it?
That's the best bit, yeah.
Pigeons didn't have tongues?
They do. Beak opened, tongue came out, I was like, holy shit. I saw it side on, and I was like looking around in this big square going, there's nobody else freaking out. I'm freaking out here, man.
How's that not a delicacy, pigeon tongue?
Well... I've got a new bit about it where I think instead of using vibrators and batteries, a more economical or ecological way of people getting lick outs would be to de-beak a thirsty pigeon.
Oh, nice.
Use it.
You don't want to be getting in the way though.
Well, that's what you take the beak off. You know what I mean? You have to de-beak it, which is sad.
De-beak it.
If you want to use a full pigeon, you use it for clamps for your nips.
But then again, like. You see lasses with really long fingernails. There's a workaround, like. Like if I'm sorry, Natalie, right? But if my fingernails are even remotely, like, needing cutting, I'm hazard to go and doing there. I'd be like Freddy Krueger, mate. I'd make a mess.
Yeah, you do.
That would absolutely... It would be fucking head scissors hands if I went doing with fucking, like, £1/4 a fingernail.
You ever see like
but they're lasses that must know their way around with long fingernails. They kind of,
I guess,
they kind of just kind of like celibate to themselves.
Yeah,
just for a little bit of glamour.
Well, I get they know what they're feeling, so they can maneuver around. But we're just in there like just trying to get a fucking I don't know,
like trying to get a grip on like when you're the rock climbing, you're going up the hard route when you're bouldering, and there's just like little nubbins. You're just like trying to grab onto just something just with a finger strength.
someone's dropped a watch in a fucking mud pile, and you're like, just fucking whatever,
just
man.
panning for gold without any equipment.
Yeah.
That's what you're doing, innit? Just having a rummage. I refer to it as having a rummage once, and they give Natalie the ick. She icks easy with words, Natalie.
Yeah.
And she's with the wrong person for that.
Having a rummage. Yeah, no, I can see why she would be like, no, not that one.
Don't call it having a rummage.
Yeah. This isn't a car boot sale.
Looking for a bargain. You ever seen that Buzzcocks, the Geordie lad, the chav? He does like 7-minute like monologues to the camera, but it was like viral videos before viral videos were even a thing. You know, around about the time of Ouch Charlie. Like,
like Charlie bit my finger, yeah.
Facebook wasn't even a thing yet. So like YouTube videos were getting emailed to people.
Yeah.
So it's getting all its hits off like email chains and shit, right? So there's this lad, I believe he was a teacher, and he called himself Buzzcocks, and it was essentially everything that Lee Nelson wanted to be. You know, the chav character act.
Yeah.
It was so, like, and he could go on, like, 7-minute rants and telling fucking tall stories and all that, and he referred to fingering as getting his kipper glove on. Putting on my kipper glove.
These people were before their time, you know?
Carl Shaggin smashing that pasty. And he just kept slipping stuff like that into these big rants.
I miss the unpredictability of the internet that it used to be. Because see, when people try and like, you know, troll me now, or if I post up a reel and they're saying like comments on it, I'm like, you don't fucking know. I'm like Bane in the movie from the Batman film. Like, you think the internet's your ally? I was fucking born on the internet, man. I didn't see fibre optic until I was already a man. I am.
You had to wait for your porn pictures to load.
Yeah.
You're waiting for the images from the fucking bottom up to load.
Do you know how I got on the internet? I had to listen to a phone scream at me, a 56k modem going. I had to listen to that
just so you could
get on.
So you could get on Rob Celebs. Pornhub hadn't been invented yet. R.I.P. Rob, by the way.
And then I would fucking download a Green Day video that would take me 5 days, and then it was a man being fucked to death by a horse.
Put a virus on your parents' computer.
Yeah, I was moulded in the fires of the early internet. If you think your wee comments can bother me,
you think you can slag me off on FIFA, man? I played Choo Choo Rocket on the Dreamcast.
I was one of the first people to block the pool in Habbo Hotel, so come at me, bro.
I blended a frog, you daft cunt, man. Fucking I blended a frog. Think you can come after me?
Fucking hell. I'm an old bastard there.
My life changed since you last did this podcast, you know, because I reply to trolls now. I used to be Mr. fucking Sunshine and Kindness. Am I only going to reply to the people being nice?
Yeah.
Why should the trolls get me attention? Oh, I've had a belter time.
Yeah.
I've had a fucking lovely time lighting them up.
Now you're going straight after them. I love it, man.
You know what I like doing it now? Like sometimes, because like their replies are always fucking mental. If you respond to them, their replies, and you didn't want to get sucked into a dialogue. You just want to slam their original comment.
Yeah.
I occasionally just fucking delete their long replies at the end and just leave it as a slap. I'm just like, if people are watching through this, they're just seeing his comment and then him getting slapped.
Yeah.
And then all the likes on that comment. They're not seeing his little fucking panic attack at the end of it. Usually him and all. I fucking rarely fucking have heat off lasses on the internet.
Yeah.
It's always blokes.
Yeah, it is always guys, and they always look like there's like the cross, but like the evolutionary part between humans and hammerhead sharks. Man, they've always got really wide, far apart eyes,
kind
really
of
fucking
Navi looking.
Yeah, fucking weirdos, man. But long may they keep boosting the algorithms of people.
It's mad. Like I was. Have you ever done something where you actually deserve the trolling a little bit, but you just don't know how to respond to it, so you just hope it goes away? Example that cued the question was, I talked about a Geordie sentence on Some Laugh podcast with Mark Jennings and Stu McPherson. Stephen wasn't there, but with the other two lads. And I talked about the most Geordie sentence I'd ever heard, right, which was "Geese the bouncy ball, scan the furnace," right, where none of the words are words, and I had to unpack the whole thing. Give me the bouncy ball, it's going in the furnace. No, Geordies don't say geese, they say giz. It's such a small, tiny distinction. I'm not from Newcastle. And when I said it was the most Geordie sentence, it was Northumbrian, it was Pityak, it was Pitmatic, it was like,
Did they come for you?
It was the Asherton people, the amount of people that were Geordies going, I'm a Geordie, I've never said geese in my life. Why are you saying geese? Wow. I was like, oh man, like fucking soz, like
yeah.
like, but to the broader audience, it still worked as a bit. But like to hardcore anyone, I live by the River Tyne Geordies, they're like, fucking, what's this shite? What's this slander? What's this slander? That's not one of our words.
Do you know what? I'm saying it right here. Do you know what? On behalf of me and Kai, Newcastle, you can fuck off.
yeah, just like fucking Asherton Light. You're just like, you're like a fucking What I Doing version of us. You see a guy's Asherton, Blythe, that's where I'm actually from. Yeah. Newcastle, different going any further, or you'll find out what you end up if you keep what on it doing. But where the true Geordies up in the pits. In the mountains.
That's where it's
the homemade mountains where we dug the earth up and put the mounds there ourselves with my bare hands.
I really enjoyed Newcastle when I was down there. I had to exist in the city. I'd done one of those things where I agreed to open for Mike Rice on the Sunday after doing a Newcastle weekend.
I met him for the first time a couple of weeks ago. And
he's great.
He's
great. Like it's so strange when you're just talking to like a young man, but then occasionally he'll pull out a thing that's like a 70-year-old farmer would say, and you're like, what? I was talking to him. It was in the Newcastle stand, and he was like, should I wear this shirt or this new shirt? And I was like, well, I think you should wear, like, you've done a few of these things, and if you're going to record it, you should wear whatever shirt you feel most comfortable in doing it. And he was like, you know what,
but also
Rosco?
think of the sweat patches.
yeah, that too. Yeah, you don't want them. But he's like, you know what, Rosco? There's no flies on you, and if they were, they'd be paying rent. Give me a tap on the shoulder. And I was like, where did that come? What?
I love shit like that. Because that's somebody who like hung around with the elders for a bit. Yeah, listen to the elders. Yeah. Like my mate Ricketts is always coming up with stuff like that, just like hell's teeth, or like like you walk into the bar, and he'll be like, if the devil cast its net. I'll them like old timey just turns of phrase where you just think,
I might throw a few of them out tonight. I'm going to appear old school night out tonight, like a bowling club, someone's like dad's birthday. It's a surprise going to be there. The drinks are going to be like, I don't know, fucking 2 pence a drink or something like that. I cannot wait, and I might just start throwing out some old ones tonight, like you fly with the crows, you get shot with the crows, you know, stuff like that.
Oh, dig deep. There's got to be more. It's hard off the top of your head, though, isn't it?
It is, yeah.
Devil cast its net. The only one that come to me.
Devil cast its net.
If the devil cast its net, because that's like the much better version of look what the cat dragged in.
Yeah.
Look what the cat dragged in's old timey. But I don't know how that stood the test of time. Like that was never good.
Yeah. I know. What, a mouse?
Yeah, you call it a mouse. You fucking square goalie. You just call me a dead mouse.
I'm really excited. I would love it to not have been done up in the past 30 years as well.
Yeah, but indoor bowls.
Well, there'll be no bowls about it. Like, this is just a bowling club. Yeah,
but we're not talking, sorry, when I say indoor bowls, that they differentiate both of the things I'm talking about are indoors. I mean 10-pin bowling is 10-pin bowling, but like lawn bowls. That's lawn bowls, which is also outside, so to call it indoor bowls is weird. This will be like the carpet bowls, the indoor lawn bowls.
This will be the building, the functioning of a building where they usually would play lawn bowls, except no bowling will be happening, and I'll be getting fucking smashed at my bunts for cheap while some DJ plays songs.
Nice. So are they carpeted over the lawn bowls? Are you playing on the green?
I really hope so, man. Let's just...
We did a punch drunk gig on the green once, because Concordia Leisure Centre, where I used to work as a lifeguard, leisure attendant, glorified cleaner, we had a big bowls green there. I actually fucking did CPR on somebody that had a heart attack.
Oh.
I used the defib and that. We got him back life, aye.
Oh, that's great.
We got him back life. He had seven more years. It got us fucking right out of trouble in Al, because I was about to get disciplined for lateness. And then I fucking saved a guy's life, and my hearing for me disciplinary was the next morning, and they just fucking like went, let's postpone it. Yeah. I was always getting fucking like I was talking to Wood. Do you know Woody, the Australian comedian?
Do I? I don't know.
We've probably gigged with him out in Sydney or whatever a couple of times, or Melbourne. Or
Maybe. Well, I've actually never been to Sydney and Melbourne.
I was telling him about like fucking is getting disciplined and getting out of it because I was starting stand up and the fucking guy couldn't, like, he realised I'd like lost interest. So that was fucking 2 disciplinaries like in a short period of time I got out of by fucking.
And then you saved a life, and they were like, "Listen, we got to keep this guy." You know, we would have had to cart a dead person out of here.
It's bad optics that
for him.
Bad optics. I remember that so vividly as well because when we were doing CPR on the guy, his mate put his hand on my shoulder while I was fucking like setting up the fucking defib because my mate was doing the compressions and I was like manscaping him to put the fucking, you know, when you have to shave their chest. I give up on that pretty quick. Like I'd done a couple of fucking shaves and I was like, this is killing time. Just fucking get them on. And while I was doing all that nonsense, fucking his mate come up and put his hand on his shoulder and went, he's only doing this because he's losing. Fucking called him on it.
See that when you shave the chest, is it like here and here? Basically?
But it's a chest there and then ribs there.
Oh,
so you do a cross.
Oh right.
So like I think the whole point is like because your heart's there, isn't it?
Yeah.
And I think the point is like hands across. It's been a long time since I've been trained.
Yeah.
And red tape meant that I had to keep changing. I keep putting it down on the table, don't I? My phone's ringing. It's a very professional outfit. This. I was a lifeguard for 9 years, and every couple of years they change like how many compressions to breaths you do. They
keep changing the song, don't they? They keep changing the rhythm of the song.
It was Nelly the Elephant in my day.
Oh right.
Nelly the Elephant went to town.
But was it? So
the last thing they heard was Trump. Trump.
I mean, that's going to be an experience for a lot of people in America right now. LGBTQ people.
Go on, Parsons, you got this.
There's Nelly the Elephant,
Staying Alive,
the kids version, and then there's the kind of more what they call the fucking. I can't remember the name, but there's more punk version.
What's the
of Nelly the Elephant?
There's a punk version of Nelly the Elephant.
Yeah, I can't remember who fucking sings it. The Dolls or something like that. But it's good.
Do you know how it goes?
It's pretty much it's exactly the same, but just with some drums and some guitar, really.
So like, right. So guys, Nelly the Elephant went to town and said goodbye to the circus off you, but they do like a ooh ah. That's not punk, is it? That's heavy metal.
That's pretty heavy. Yeah.
Right, so
there's like a weird bit where it's sort of like the verses. He's doing like night by night, and then they go oh. It's actually really good, yeah.
But you can't do CPR to that because it's too much of a gear change, isn't it? Too much of a pace change.
And you can't just like go out, oh.
That could be a breath. Ooh, like, you'd be sucking the breath out of them. Oh, no, you wouldn't. No. I never thought to put a bit of vocals on giving a breath during CPR. There'd be any harm in it. Because you know, right, the difference between like going and screaming into them. You could scream into them, it would do the same job. You'd have to do CPR, nip the nose, do it back, and it's still...
Yeah,
sorry,
it might shock them awake. Yeah.
Imagine someone screaming into your lungs.
Oh, you ever done a thing...
How's that not going to save you? They should make that change. I'm going to petition for it.
This is a strange thing. You ever sucked the air out of someone via their mouth? It was fucking great.
Like consensually.
Yeah, consensually. See, next time you go in for like an open mouth kiss with someone, right? And they're
probably my wife.
Just fucking soak in because they go and it's so good. And they go, it's great. Honestly, give it a try. My wife's getting the air sucked right out of her when I get home.
I may try that with Natalie. Sometimes like I'll go to pick her on the cheek, but like put way too much force into it, and she calls it it's just named it now because I do that often. It's emu kiss.
All right.
And I just come in again, hiya, and just like this hostile peck on the cheek. She'll be proper startled back. Yeah. Like, what the fuck was that?
That's terrifying, to be honest.
I might follow that up next time. Give her the emu kiss. Mwah. Give a kiss. Suck the lungs out of her, and then just walk off. Treat them mean.
It's a great move, you know. Keep everybody on their toes. Everyone you meet, suck the air out of them. And that's.
I'm actually, if you read Brandon Sanderson, but I'm reading Warbringer at the minute. And that's pretty much the concept of the book.
Sucking air out of people?
Sucking the breath out of people, aye.
Wow.
But the breaths are like their magic powers. Like if you were playing it as a computer game, that would be like your bar of magic would be your breath.
Oh, right.
And like you're taking their breath, so you're taking their power.
I've not read a book for so long.
Every Brandon Sanderson book I read, I feel like he's just pitching a computer game that would be class. Yeah. Like, he always comes up with really good magic systems where you're like, oh, I'm enjoying reading this, but chuck a control pad in my hand and let us use it.
I like what they're doing with Doom for this. There's a new Doom coming out, and they went... Basically, like the last Doom, it was great. I've never really played a Doom game before. The last one, it was just like, this guy's got big fucking guns, and there's stuff that's run at him, and he shoots it, and it fucking explodes. I'm like, that's exactly what I want for a game called Doom. And then they're like, how do we top that? And they're like, what if we just put like dragons and shit in it? It's Doom, but there's like dragons and knights. You're like, yeah, perfect. Yeah, I want the same thing in a different fucking place. Good.
So they were getting a new Doom game.
Yeah.
What was the last one like? Because I played the first couple. I played the PC, like early PC. The fucking what we're talking about before with the dial-up. But I didn't play it online.
Yeah, I've never played any of the other ones, but the last one it was great. But the music in it was fucking, you know, where you're like, this is perfect. It was just fucking
great.
It was. I cannot explain how good it is. It made me go, yeah, all these things deserve to be killed because this music is hyping me up so much.
And that's probably on PS Plus as well, isn't it? So I can just go and play that for an hour when you leave.
Yeah,
it's bound to be.
Yeah,
it feels like a PS Plus game. That
I feel like it will be at this point. It's been out for a while now. It's been out for a while. Yeah, you'll get.
So what? Yeah, we're talking like PS3.
Oh no, probably like maybe like 4 years ago, 5 years ago, something like that. Yeah.
Oh, nice. I'll give that a go. I'm back into Baldur's Gate at the minute. I've actually been speaking to these about it fairly recently, but I'm like, do you play Baldur's Gate?
I haven't played it.
No, it's I think the best game that's ever been made by absolutely miles.
Interestingly, I play in this cowboy server where everybody assumes a character and goes in, and I'm in there fucking have a laugh, take the piss, and the person who narrates the brainworm in Baldur's Gate is in that server.
Oh really?
And every time I'm around her and she's speaking, I'm like, God, she's got a beautiful captivating voice that just it's a disarming voice. It's terrifying because she could be like, go and chop your own cock and balls off, and I'm like, all right. Wait, what? Why did I agree to that?
You failed the save and throw.
Yeah.
So
why did I agree to this?
I ended up. You know what? I feel really sad about it because Danny was fucking angry at us afterwards because I was chatting the last time we did an LA show on his tour, which was around about this time last year. I was chatting to somebody for ages that I'd clearly met before, but I couldn't place where I knew them from. And you know, when you're doing that, you're just like, right, as long as I don't have to use their name, we can style this out and we can have a nice, nourishing conversation without us having to place them. Yeah. And then he was like, you've totally forgot who that was, haven't you? And I was like,
Barack Obama?
It was Obama.
Oh my God.
Barack Obama.
Barack Obama.
Mate, I can't believe it. First guess, you got it. I was actually like in the White House now. And
he's like, Arthur, it's great. I can't do it.
It's not like I shouldn't have placed him. Because sometimes when I was a lifeguard and somebody came in that was like the ice cream van driver guy came in, I'm not used to seeing him in his swimming trunks. So if I can't place him, it's to the character. But like if I see the ice cream van in the fucking van where he sells ice cream for him, I fucking recognise him immediately, right? That should have been what happened with Obama.
Who actually was it?
It was the voice from Ellie in the game of both games of
like the Last of Us. Yeah. I've not played them either.
And then he was like, I can't believe you can't remember who she was. You jumped in a swimming pool with your clothes on, or we had to stop you jumping in a swimming pool with your clothes on or something like that. I had like a mad night where I woke up on the couch at a house. And there was like an event where I was about to dive in a swimming pool with my clothes on, and he had to remind us about that. And I was like, I had spent a whole night at a gaff in like 2019 or something, and I just couldn't place it. I was like, what a bastard.
Well, listen, if you're at diving in the swimming pool, your clothes on level, you can't expect people to remember.
Nah, but I'm usually quite good at remembering that. Yeah. You know, like I don't get black. I'm not like Jamie Hutchison where like he just loses entire evenings, right? Like, but then again, that's usually with the aid of coke.
Yeah,
that really helps you from becoming belligerent drunk dad.
Yeah, I haven't lost an evening, and I went, well, actually, no. New Year's Eve, I got pretty fucked.
You know, if you just booze and you get just booze drunk, like I always call it old man drunk because I always think of the guy Nick Nolte from Warrior. Seen the film Warrior? I don't know. The like UFC one where the two brothers end up fighting each other, and the dad's like he's the coach. But like the son isn't accepting him as his dad because he's like, fucking, you were a cunt when you were drunk, and he's like, but I've stopped drinking now. But then he falls off the wagon and gets this belligerent old man drunk, and he's crying on the bed and all that. Like that's what I always like. I'm like, that's where like assistant substances comes in handy, so you don't end up like that.
Have you seen the other UFC film where King of Queens becomes a UFC fighter?
Who? The Paul Blart Mall Cop?
Yeah, Paul Blart Mall Cop, King of Queens.
Kevin James, is that what he's called?
He becomes a UFC fighter to save a school music program or something.
Oh,
like
nice. They couldn't get Jack Black, could they not?
That's basically it, yeah. They're like, oh...
Like, Jack Black said, Nick, can you give Kevin James a ring? Essentially, every film he's ever had.
Yeah. It's an insane film where, of course, Kevin James gets everything in the end, and you're like, oh my god, he used to be. Here's the synopsis: he used to be a great teacher, and he cared, but then the system broke him down, and then he met a music teacher who still cared, but the system was. They'd failed this music teacher and they were trying to get rid of him. He also met like a really hot teacher who he wanted to fuck. And then he realised that he used to be a wrestler in school and he could make money doing local wrestling fights. And then all of a sudden he starts winning and he meets some crazy guy in an English class who's like, I'm from the Balkan stage, but I can fight. And then he
teaches him striking because you kind of get into the octagon with just wrestling.
Well, that's
like it's probably the best core skill to have.
Yeah,
there's a little bit of wrestling base.
Yeah,
but you need to be able to do some striking as well. Like so that's where the Balkan guy comes in.
He's like, I can teach you how to fucking kick a man's head, and then that's what happens. I'll keep going, and then
Albert Brenneman from Hitch.
Do you know who the music teacher is? It's none other than Henry Winkler.
Oh, yeah.
Fonts, yeah.
He's just made he made a recent surge of appearances and things, hasn't he? Like, because I felt like I hadn't seen him for ages, and then he popped up in Barry, and then he's been in a few things since then.
Listen, he's going strong. Do you know what I mean? The Fonts, what a guy.
Have you ever? Because I've always heard the term "jump the shark." Is that from?
Yeah, it's from Happy Days.
Is that from Happy Days?
They jumped a shark on a jet ski or something like that.
So how did that... Because I haven't seen the episode, but like I've known the turn of phrase for so long that it's just one of them things that I've never dug into. I've always just known of the term. But like, how does he jump the shark?
Well, I think...
What's the logistics of it?
I think there's possibly someone, maybe like on like water skis. And
okay.
There's I guess there's a shark and a pen in the sea, and they have like a ramp going over it, and he gets pulled along and then hits the skis and jumps the shark. And I guess everyone was like, fuck this.
Whatever's happened here, there must be a name for this, because it's happened.
Yeah.
In fact, we'll just name it right here and now. He jumped the shark there. And you know what I mean? Not the physical act of jumping the shark. He actually fucking jumped the shark.
There's a great show from New Zealand called Back of the Y. It's so good, man. And there's like a stunt man. I can't remember what his name is, but it's such a low budget cult show. It's great. I think you'd love it. And he tries to jump a monkey that's on fire in a cage. It's not a real monkey. It's just a guy in a monkey suit, and then the monkey breaks out and kicks fuck out the guy who's jumping it on a wee bike. And it's a great show, man. Huge recommend. One of my favourite TV shows of all time. Back of the Y.
And it's a comedy.
Yeah,
clearly.
Yeah.
Oh mate, I got a film recommended of us by Elliot Steele, and he was like, "Oh, you haven't seen it?" It was one of them where he mentioned it, and then went, "You fucking haven't seen it? Go watch it. Don't ask any questions. Just go watch it." And I went and watched this film. Right, it's called Old Boy.
Yeah, Japanese guy in a room sort of thing. Yeah,
and he's locked in a room for 15 years.
Yeah,
and the fucking I mean, you kind of do it. Spoiler alert. I might have to change the saturation on that camera. Do I look like something off Cocoon? Now the film Cocoon, where they're like,
oh, maybe that is quite bright.
I think that may be since has it been like that the whole time? That's ethereal. That
I don't think it's too I don't think it's too bad. I think
I don't. Do you reckon it's because I'm wearing a white sweater? There's people listening to this that are just like, "Can I get onto the story about Old Boy?" But like, I just looked at the camera and it looks, honestly, right. The image looks like Roscoe's talking to Casper the Friendly Ghost. He's just having a little interview with a ghost.
Well, I think it's beautiful. Have you ever seen Teen Angel? Like Teen Angel,
I haven't seen Teen Angel.
Oh, it's good, man. It's a good show.
I'm your teen angel. I'm just a lighter and run away, just like keeping you in with the turns of phrase.
I'll give you the synopsis. It was.
We're gonna put a bookmark on Old Boy. We'll get back to you.
Yeah. So Teen Angel. It was about a boy who went into his friend's room and he was about a cheeky chappy, and then he found a burger under his bed and he ate it and instantly died because of it. But then he came back as an angel to sort of guide his friend through, the bereavement process, really.
I don't want any advice from someone that has a fucking carpet burger from under the bed. Like,
yeah, exactly.
I'd be like, yeah, mate, I got a hell to get to for the fucking actions, you little tramp. With the fucking,
The worst part was, if anything, he made his life worse, because now not only was he mourning his best friend's death, he now had this like secret to keep where he was like talking to nobody really, because nobody else could see him.
So you're making your mate look insane now.
Yeah.
Instead of letting him get on with it, instead of him going through his grief, you're like deepening his grief by making him look absolutely fucking bananas.
Yeah.
I would always watch them, like, there was just a spate of them. It started with WYSIWYG, I think. What you say is what you get, where there was like a little floating head that looked a bit like E.T.
Yeah.
And like, if you just wished for something ambiently, it would come up, so you'd have to like watch what you're saying because you're going to get the wish.
Yeah.
Even if you're like, oh, I wish he'd shut the fuck up, and then all of a sudden your friend's mute. It was a children's show, so it didn't quite happen that crass. Then there was Bernard's watch, where you could stop time.
Yeah.
And he was the wrong person to get that. You know what he kept doing? Going into the shop, right? Instead of shoplifting, putting the fucking money in the till, he'd use it just to save time rather than to get free stuff.
That's so fucked up, man.
Dick move that.
If you had a little floating companion, what?
Queen's nose was the next one.
Oh, what?
Rub the Queen's nose and then make a wish. Right,
But what would your floating companion be if you had to have one? Like, what sort of kind of imagery are we talking?
If I could choose my own, like, if I could, like, you start a new computer game, right? You're gonna have yourself a little floating companion WYSIWYG,
yes,
right? And you've got to go through the features of what it would look like. Yeah. What about he seen them dummies that are like punch bag dummies where it's like and it's like this kind of flat top, like fucking synthetic rubber guy with like a mean mugging face.
Right, yeah.
I think like just that guy's heat there, just so every now and again I could just whack him one. Just fucking ping him one.
I'd get like a flesh ball, little arms, little legs, mouth, eyes, constantly screaming in pain. I think
you've just described WYSIWYG. That was
I guess for like a bit it would be funny, but then after a while you'd be like, why have I done this? I just going,
make it stop, make it go away, and you could with a wish.
Yeah,
but you're like, nah. I wish you'd scream louder.
But what about?
I wish you had more pain. I wish your existence.
What about Old Boy? What were you?
Oh yeah, so Old Boy. So I'm fucking watching this film, right? It's a bit weird, right? And there was a point where it nearly lost us because there was a fight scene in a corridor where it was this one guy who trained himself how to fight in a room for 15 years, and it was like a fucking puppet show. You know when it's from sooner than Ong Bak. They know how to do fucking fight scenes now. What are you giving us a shit fight scene for?
Yeah.
When I say there, you know what I mean.
Well, to be fair, is this? I think is there an older version of it?
It's 2003, Old Boy.
Is there an older version than that? I don't know
think
if there's,
so. I think there's a newer version.
Newer than 2003?
I think so.
Right, yeah. I knew there was like an older version in it.
I'm going to just look down the camera and say I'm not sure. It's okay to say I don't know. So the whole point of them being in this room, and like I say, you cannot spoil something from 2003. So if you're going to watch Old Boy, you might as well pause the podcast now, then go and watch it. Then right. They kept him in that room. The people that kidnapped him kept him in that room so that his daughter could grow old enough to fuck, and then they could hypnotize him and his daughter to fuck.
That's so cool.
As like revenge for something that he didn't know he'd done.
That's so
as like
cool.
a long play troll for like. It was basically like he'd broke up an incest between a brother and a sister and like spread the rumor that ended up with her suicide, right? It's not a rumor if it happens, gossip, innit?
Do you know what the weird thing is? I've watched this and I've never picked up on that was what the plot was.
You fucking absolutely suppressed the memory of the fact that you watched somebody get locked in a room so that he could go and fucking fall in love with his own daughter.
I guess I missed a lot of subplot there. I was like, this guy's raging about being caught in that room.
You didn't have yourself a fucking Channel 5 wank over the sex scene, did you? You know, when you... I've talked about this on stage as well, so I'm not going too deep into it, when you couldn't pause TV and you had to fucking sniper it. The window of opportunity would happen, and you're like, right, there's no rewinding, it doesn't exist yet, it hasn't even been conceptualized, rewinding this thing, so you've got to have your wank now, and you can be like, oh, there might be a better sex scene later.
Yeah, I can see that woman standing at the window, she's got a side tit on view. Time to go.
Aye.
Time to go, boys.
Straight out.
Let's get into it.
And so that means, like, if it's 2003, when were we rewinding TV from? Probably then.
Yeah.
But I bet you people have like knocked one out before the reveal, watching Old Boy.
Probably, yeah. Would you have sex with your daughter if you were hypnotised to do it?
I mean, I've only got a dog. I've only got a little dog, so.
Do you think hypnotism's real?
You know what? I think if you're susceptible to it, you're an idiot.
Yeah.
I think like you've got to be susceptible to it for it to work. So just the mere fact of not believing. I think if you believe in it, the answer is yes, and if you don't believe in it, the answer is yes.
What scares me sometimes is like seeing like Colin Cloud, like who's a mentalist, when he does stuff, and I'm like, because usually you see like other magician stuff working or like things like that, and you're like, but they could know them, but then you know him, and he done a thing when my wife was in the audience where he like guessed a pin number from the other side of the room, and she was like, what the fuck? And I'm like, I know he didn't, I know this is not a plant, he's just done that. How is he doing that? So if he can do that, what can the government do, right? They must have like turbo calling clouds working for them, fucking using their minds.
They called chemtrails, Rosco. You not heard?
Oh right,
they're fucking calling clouds of the sky. Man, I can't believe people are like, okay, like, why the fuck would they use like a crop duster system when like they're already like we drink beers.
Yeah,
we're choosing our own poison. We're literally going at the shop and fucking paying heavy tax duty on fucking poison to poison ourselves. Why the fuck would they waste their time crop dust in the sky?
Yeah,
and when we're just gonna fucking mindfully go in and buy poison anyway, you might as well just stick it in that.
They could just put it in the water. That'd be really easy.
Putting fluoride in the toothpaste, you know that?
Oh my god, no. I've had two strange new toothpastes in my house the last time. My wife buys like
you got brand loyalty on your toothpaste, like?
Well, I just assumed white toothpaste, but my wife bought like really purple stuff last time.
But it's called whitening, but it's black.
Yeah, I'm like, well, this is a lie. And then then once that was done, there's like really blue stuff that's entered the house, and I'm like, where's all this crazy coloured toothpaste coming from? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, so
as well, the sink looks like it's been fucked by a painter.
You got to be able to do like a really nice art attack with it once you get the full fucking range of colours. You can.
Do you know, I'd love to do that. Although, remember when Neil Buchanan made a tarantula out of hair? I always thought, I bet that's disgusting.
Aye.
All that cut off hair for people.
Yeah,
it's a bit much.
Was he like, he must have had like a mask on when he was doing that. Did he have like
you'd think so.
As if he was doing a bit of spray painting or something.
Yeah, because you don't want to get hairs in your mouth. Nah. I hate getting a hair in my mouth.
That's like a day like hairdressers where they'll offer you a coffee. Yeah. But I am thinking like these two things don't go together.
Although
I better drink that fast before you start snipping, like otherwise that's going straight in there.
I would like to just add in, I don't mind getting a hair in my mouth if I'm eating hot pussy.
Oh, aye.
Yeah.
Right.
Then it's fine. Bearable.
Bearable, aye. And even then, I come up to tut. I'll come up. I come up to tut because you've got a hair in your mouth.
God's sake. You know, keep them in.
Christ.
That's great, man.
Can I get the stuff?
I went back.
Neil Buchanan was making a tarantula with hair.
Oh yeah,
He jumped the shark.
Do you know? I got a donut from Lidl a few months back.
Bragging, man.
Yeah, it was one of the ones where it's like kind of half dipped in chocolate. And it's got chocolate inside it.
Oh, nice.
Really good, but it had a really long hair in it. Oh. And I was like, oh, and not only that, it got wrapped around my tooth, and I was like, this is the worst, and now I can't have them anymore.
Can you not?
It just now I look at it and I go, what if there's a big fucking weird hair in there again?
I reckon if I had a donut and there was just a stranger's hair in it, I reckon I've got the constitution to just take the hair out and then carry on eating it.
It just fucked me up, man.
Like, I'm not asked about if there's a pissy toilet seat.
Yeah,
I'll wipe the piss off, but I'll just sit down on it.
Yeah,
I'm just like, what's gonna happen?
Well, I mean, I get like
I'll have a wash later before anyone like licks the back of my legs or whatever. Like, I didn't want to end up in a situation where someone's licking the back of my legs after I've done that. I'm gonna have to stop you there, love. I sat down on a pissy public toilet seat earlier. But I just find it's a lot more easier for me day if I'm just a lot less bothered about stuff like that.
Yeah, but it was because the hair wrapped around my tooth. It wasn't as simple as like it was
you couldn't pull it out your donut.
This is a thing now. Mm-hmm. It was.
Did you gag?
Wee bit. Mm-hmm. It was a wee bit just like
Imagine like you're like wrenching on it, you pull your tooth out, and then you've just got like a tooth on a bit of hair, and then all of a sudden like a passing school kid comes by and he's got a conker and he wants to play for it.
I think that'd be great.
You're just there, we are like hair to hair, donut, hair tooth.
Well, that's
it's fucking. You're never gonna beat this. It's a tooth.
All of a sudden, that's turning a negative into a positive, and now do you know what? That's the optimism that we need around here.
And then obviously you beat him because that's one of your teeth and that's a conker, right? I reckon fucking tooth beats conker every time. And then all of a sudden, like you're fucking like people hear about you.
Yeah,
people like you start getting run out of the schools in the local area, and it's like kids knocking on your door. They're like, it's not even Halloween. You're like, yeah, fucking, I'm ready for a game of conkers, and you've just got like a 7 millions there. Did you used to clock your numbers on conkers?
No, I never used to put numbers up. No.
So right, if you beat that kid playing conkers with a tooth, right, and he's already beat 6 people with that conker, right, and them 6 people are already like the numbers like stack. So if he's beat 6 people, he hasn't just got a 6. He's got like a 2 or 5, whatever like their numbers are.
Yeah.
And then he take all his numbers. So like you beat him, and you've got like a whatever 47s are.
That's fucking insane. That's a crazy way to do it, but I like it.
Yeah. Also, you keep your kills.
Yeah.
Stack them.
Do you know there's a wee boy who once a year will come round my door, and he sells painted rocks. And they suck, but every year I'm buying a damn rock. His deal is, and he says it.
How's Nelson doing anyway?
He's like, hello, would you like to buy a painted rock? He sells them as a 1 for £1 or 2 for £2, and I'm like, well, you can't argue with that. That's a deal. That's a bargain. That's a deal.
I'll have 4. I'll have 4 then.
I've bought 2. I've bought 1 each year. I was like, well, I've only got £1. So I bought 1, and I bought 1 last year. And by God, I hope he's not dead, so I can complete my set this year.
You're a completionist.
Yeah. I've got to get 3 rocks.
Rosco, can I just invite you to have a little look at the camera here and look how much I've just drifted more into the ether realm? I don't know what's happening. I don't know if the sun's coming or whatever, but as this video goes on, I'd love to see a time lapse of me just fucking just disappearing into Elysium.
I think this is the way all podcasts and video casts should be.
One of them slowly die and just disappearing out the photograph forever.
Just ascending into the heavens.
I'm ascending. It's me ascending. It's been a long time coming. I've been meant for the gods for a long, long time, Roscoe. It's about time. Like mid-podcast's a little bit rude. Like they could have done it later.
God. I think that's beautiful. It's really nice.
So did we have anything to unpick there? You had your tooth hair donut. You can't eat the donuts anymore from Lidl.
Yeah, it was horrible. I done a job for Lidl. I done like a kind of corporate job for Lidl where I had to stand outside And
Greeting people in and being kind to them and give them compliments in a kimono.
Yeah, I was just being a little greeter. I was standing outside it was one in Edinburgh, and I had to ask people on the way in, like, if they would try new things and stuff while a camera crew filmed it. And what I learned that day is that the only people who will stop to talk to someone on their way into a Lidl with a camera crew are people who are fucking mental. It was a real shift and a half, man.
You're not getting the regular people that are going into Lidl, are you, that gravitate to the camera.
Yeah.
Like those ones are getting a heat doing and shuffling their feet and getting by. They don't want to be interrupted. They've got stuff to do.
And this wasn't like after work crowd. This was like coming home from work and getting in and grabbing something. This is like, I've got nothing to do during the day. I'll go to Lidl.
So what sort of stuff were you asking them?
Would you eat a Scotch pie with a sauerkraut on top, or with sauerkraut on top?
And did you have the goods in case the answer was yes?
No. Didn't.
So it's hypothetical.
Most people were just going, I don't even know what sauerkraut is, son. And I'm like,
and you're like, no one does.
Yeah.
No one does.
I
It's
believe.
just this pickled something.
Yeah.
It's like, probably cabbage.
Yeah.
Right?
Pickled cabbage, I guess.
Pickled cabbage,
I
yeah.
guess, yeah.
Yeah, you can probably come to your own conclusions on what sauerkraut is. We reckon pickled cabbage, no one truly knows.
Yeah.
But what on top of Scotch egg? What makes an egg Scotch?
Oh.
I know what a Scotch egg is, but like, what's the criteria for getting?
What's make it Scotch? Yeah.
Is it mashed in with potatoes? It's like a kind of, because it's like a dense meat, isn't it?
Yeah.
Is there tetty in it?
I don't know. It's probably because it's fucking.
Oh, I tried
cheap.
I tried to get Colin again today because I've got him with 5 Scotch egg. You know, and you're like, Scotch eggs after day in the roast battles or whatever. Can I send you a number? And then like,
That's great.
He has a picture of him as a Scotch egg. I got him with ash brown. I got him with Eddie Marmee and sent him an Eddie Marmee bean.
Wow.
I got him with Chris Packett.
I'm thinking of a new Irish character called first name Toki, second name O'Drift.
Tokyo Drift.
Yeah, he loves car racing. This guy. It's going to be. Well, when I unleash Toki O'Drift, people are going to go crazy. I really need as much material as I can for this work in progress. I'm panicking.
Dig deep, man, dig deep. The one I got him with today is his Edinburgh show tonight, and I was like, one of my Geordie mates, he met him in Punch Drunk. He's up the need. He's called Will Barrow, right? Oh, yes. But like, just as a name on paper, it looks like on the text, it looks good, right? But like, he actually said it out loud because he was fucking like. I don't know. I don't know. I'll let you listen to his voice memo.
I got Nelson a belter when he was doing the stand things during lockdown with Toby Larone.
That's a fucking absolute classic of one. It's too obvious, that one. It's so done that like the fact he fell for it.
Can I get a shout out to my mate Toby Larone, who's working all us and.
So do you do your voice memos on 1.5?
No, I don't. No. I just did regular.
Bastard. I fucking right. No, I was just right there. I was literally just doing the fucking guest list. I was about to go, you were that again.
How do you get a voice memo on loudspeaker? You can't, can you?
No, not really.
Right, we're going to have to get in here.
Yeah.
You fucking dirty bastard. I fucking right. No, I was just right there. I was literally just doing the fucking guest list. I was about to go, you were that again. Yeah, well, no bothers. Only because I said it out loud. Oh, you rat.
I love that. Like, I find it really sweet that Cullen like talks to himself on his own. It's like, so I've sent him my guest list, and he's went, "Oh, wheelbarrow, no bother." He must have said it out loud. He's admitted to saying it out loud. I like that. I occasionally will say something to myself, but I find it amusing when I do it.
Yeah. How have you got them on 1.5 speed though? Are you listening to all voice memos at that speed? Mm-hmm. That's mad. Have you got a lot of stuff to do?
I think it's because Natalie sends us like podcast level ones.
Right, okay.
She sends us like, when I'm away from home.
Yeah.
She'll send us like a full update of our life.
Right.
And like, I can absorb that information at 1.5.
Yeah. Right.
I don't know if she knows this yet, but like if she's listening, and I know you really measure the nuances of your voice to make the stories entertaining as possible.
I'll listen to
it fast.
I listen to all my wife's voice memos at 0.25. I just don't think there's enough info in there. I want to really slow it down.
I I want to sound like a man with learning difficulties. It's the only way I can get off.
Maybe you've cracked it there. Maybe I shouldn't say what I was thinking there.
Do it.
I think maybe people with learning difficulties just need the speed turned up. Mm-hmm. Give them speed.
I get them meth.
Has anyone tried it? Well, I think this is pretty much what the Nazis were experimenting with. Yeah, weren't they?
I don't know if all learning difficulties, but I think if you give somebody with ADHD cocaine, it slows them down. I think it has a negative, not a negative effect, that's the wrong way to word it. I think it has an opposite effect.
I think the ADHD meds are essentially just a little bit of speed. I think that's the sort of vibe. I guess it's like two negatives cancelling each other out. So
if speed slows them down, we're going to have to speed them up with a bit of cat.
Yeah.
So I think we need to give special needs people cat.
But also, if speed slows them down, then why in the film Speed did they have to stay a constant pace unless...
No, it wasn't a constant pace, it was above a certain pace.
But they had to stay...
I think it was above 50 though, so like that's that's not that fast, is it really? It's such an achievable speed, that.
Although the first time I ever drove a car in like a driving lesson, when I got to 30, I was like, oh my God, I am flying here.
How much of a criminal do you feel when you have your first without anybody in the car with you?
Yeah.
You know, when you first pass your test and you get given a car and then you're like, right, you can drive home now from where you got the car from, and you're like, you shut up, man, you gotta let me do it.
First thing I done,
I still feel like that,
was accidentally reverse into a fence behind me.
Aye.
And that was it.
Accidentally hated the cunt.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I did.
Absolutely hated the guy. So that's why he got his lesson.
How I got signed to my agents was was very cool. They came to see me in Edinburgh years ago, and it was such a shite show, man. It was like a Tuesday, and there was nobody in. It was boring, and I knew they were coming. I was like, oh, well, that's that fucked, man. And then I was on my way to do my first late in live after that, and I was leaving I didn't talk about this last time, did I?
No, I don't think so. Was it late in life that was actually when it was late as well, before they brought it to the fucking watershed?
Yeah, it was like late in
live. The one that went on at like 3 a.m. and the band would come on.
Yeah, I think it was still in that era, Still like Fred was booking it.
Yeah, great.
And I was going to do my first one of them ever. And then I was leaving the Gilded Rose Theatre over there in the town going, well, that's me, fuck that, blah, blah. And then I saw the two people who came to see me, and I was like, are you going to the other side of town? And they're like, yeah. And I was like, oh, well, I'm driving over there to this late in life, so, I mean, like, I'll just give you a lift if you want. Do you know what I mean? I would just like be a regular person. I was like, I know, fuck that, but whatever.
And then
they jumped in my car, and it was at that the fancy place, the square where they do the book festival thing. And I reversed my car while I was talking to them, and I bumped into like a big Range Rover, and I looked back, I was like, they can afford it, and I just drove away laughing. And I think that level of madness is, they were like,
we could do something with
this. This guy, this guy's got something about him. It's fucking insane.
Some poor mother is going to try and get her kids into the car.
There's a fucking Range Rover in the centre of Edinburgh. They can afford that.
Some sucker mum of Edinburgh is going to...
Yeah, I'm driving like the fucking the Techno Tank 2.0 at the time. R.I.P. City in the Sky Techno Tank 2.0.
Aye. I just heard the worst words you can hear from a mechanic yesterday.
I'm pregnant.
Worse than that. I've lost the baby.
Oh no. Where?
He said it's not good.
Oh no.
Because it's the timing belt chain. No, Rosco, I know nothing about cars.
Yeah.
Right. I just if Lightning McQueen heard timing belt chain, he's got stage 4.
Yeah.
It's not a kid's movie anymore.
Yeah.
That's not a kid's movie. I'm like, it hasn't spread into my cam fucking shaft, does it? So I think I'm within warranty.
Listen,
I'm within warranty, so it's not the like shot to the fucking heart like I thought it would be.
Yeah.
It's no, I'm just in the system.
Yeah.
You know, I'm in the system of like getting the warranty fucking dealt with.
Yeah, no, you need to do all that.
Yeah, which is like check your privilege. That's a fucking like if that exact same thing happened in June when my warranty's up,
Yeah.
I just don't have a car anymore, I guess.
My car is on its last legs. Said the last mechanic I went to, a new guy, he had a gold tooth, and I was like, this is the cunt I want, man.
Oh yeah.
You don't see golden teeth around a lot anymore.
I want somebody who's making money to the point of ostentation out of his customers.
Do you know the weird thing is? He's obviously not making fucking money because he was charging fucking buttons,
Oh,
and he was in a
nice.
wee shitty workshop. But golden tooth, and I'm like, you fucking rock, man. You get that golden tooth for you and you alone. And he was like, well, you know, your exhaust is fucked, but I can bodge it up and it'll last about a year, but after that your car's pretty much fucked. And I was like, yeah, cool, man.
I'd bodge it up for a year, mate.
Yeah, I was like, I'll see you next year when I just go fucking try it again, mate.
Keep bodging this up for us, please.
Yeah, but I think my car's almost legally old enough to fuck.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
You gonna?
Thinking about it, yeah. Although the exhaust might be an issue, so where do you go? Do you know what I mean?
Could you see yourself with a golden tooth? You did have a glint in your eye there when
I
you
would
mentioned.
love to have a golden tooth, yeah.
Date Rosco, why not?
I would love it, man.
What's stopping you?
How expensive teeth are. And a golden one? That's got to be fucking even more.
Aye, but it's the whole tooth's not golden. It's a cap, innit? Like, you're getting a gold layer on your tooth.
Aye,
I
but
reckon.
even it, like when I got these veneers done, that was so much. To get
Aye.
gold is more expensive than
Aye, whatever it is.
White,
Porcelain
yeah.
that they're putting on.
yeah. A gold toilet's more expensive than a normal toilet, so a gold tooth's got to be way more expensive than a normal tooth. That's the
So
way I
it's
think
about
of the world.
£100 for a pair of tooth, isn't it, when you get the bonding done? Or £95, I think you pay.
Well, it was fucking. Whatever mine was insane. I had done when I got my Invisalign and veneers. It came in $8,500 all in.
Fucking hell.
Yeah.
I used a knockoff brand called Fast, and it had its complications and it never quite got done. But I got it done at a fraction of the price.
Yeah, well,
I didn't quite cross the finish line on it, and it took 3 years, and they kept snapping.
well,
But apart from that,
mines were perfect until at the end bit. My mother and father-in-law's dog kept chewing just the top retainer. So there was like a month where I didn't have retainer, the top retainer, and they all sort of moved just a wee bit.
Yeah.
And the guy was like, well, there's two options. We either just accept it or you have to pay a lot of money, and we start the Invisalign again just to move them ever so slightly. I was like, I'm fucking great with where they are, mate. It's way better. So
did you try the behind your teeth braces?
No, but I've heard of that. Just put a wee thing behind the big line behind the teeth.
I lasted a few weeks.
Did it?
It
bad?
wasn't for me, that. I like. I've got a bit of an overbite, which you kind of like. There's no what you can do. That's your jaw placement.
Yeah.
Like with your teeth alignment's never gonna be like if you've got an overbite.
Yeah.
But what it means is like, so I had the braces around the back. A bit into a burger, like not even something hard, just like soft food,
Yeah.
and it like dislodged one of them and pushed it up. So I just had this one like just until I could get my next dentist point where I kept like pulling it down and putting it into position. I was like, and I felt like that was creating a bit of leverage. So they weren't doing the job that they were intended to do. So instead of getting it fixed, I was just like, I can't have that happening again when I'm on the road and that. So let's just go down the retainer route.
Yeah.
I got the retainer.
Yeah.
But I did go on for like a month with the behind the teeth retainers, and then decided it wasn't for me.
Yeah.
I didn't mind wearing the retainers for bed. It's not so bad.
Yeah, it's not for you. It's not for you. I like wearing the retainer to bed every now and then because it feels like my teeth are getting a wee special time for themselves.
I do. You're just putting them to bed. You're like, I put it away for the night.
Yeah.
There's another thing I do, and it's to stop snoring, but I do think you get a better night's sleep for doing it. It's get these like kind of like adhesive. It's just like elastoplast. And put it on your nose and it pulls your nostrils out.
Oh.
And because I've got a broken nose anyway, and fucking one nostril's like got a bit of traffic, it just flares them out a bit, and your breathing's just a lot like easier through your nose, and apparently it stops snoring. So I started doing it when I was on the tour bus, with Danny and Karen, the kid, and Gordon, the tour manager, because like I was like, I don't want to be snoring on a tour bus and keeping people up.
Yeah.
So I got that, and I found out I was sleeping better. So I put my braces in, I put my fucking retainers in, put my nostril thing on and all that. Take my eyelashes off. I've got like a proper fucking system when I get to bed now. It's proper old man things.
I think that sounds great, man. Do you know? I mean, people would go, "Oh, it's an old man," but it's actually not. It's actually a young, cool man thing.
It's what you would have called metrosexual in the 90s.
Yeah.
The metrosexual thing.
It's a new modern man who's respected not only himself and his health, but other people's space.
Aye, like that.
Yeah.
Be more like me.
Yeah.
As I ascend to the heavens, I've started descending back again. I'm starting to get a bit more of an outline.
You saw this guy on Instagram who's talking about fingering his arsehole and sniffing it to see how healthy he is.
Oh, I know.
It's really fucking, I hate
Is Andrew Tate still doing videos, is
it. Do you know what? He sort of looks like that cunt as well.
he? I haven't fingered my arse and sniffed it in a long time.
He calls it his
long
stink.
time, weeks.
He calls it his stink portal. And I'm like,
stink portal?
why are you saying that, man?
I don't get a stink portal. That's how we're going to end the podcast now, Roscoe.
That's it.
A little bit of stink portal.
Well, get out there, finger your stink portals and sniff it to see if you're healthy or not.
Aye, and just like, and my advice is to just choose which advice you're given and which ones you take.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
that one.
Have a good rummage in your arse.
Have a rummage. Roscoe, plug something. You've got the Glasgow Comedy Festival. We know that. When is it?
Good Glasgow Comedy Festival. I think the 16th is a work in progress, so that's nowhere close.
But you can just.
30th.
I believe in you. You like you've got this special gift of you could just go up there and start talking, and you'll be like a fucking iPod on shuffle for 40 minutes, and everyone's gonna have a class time.
Yeah, I can pull it out my stink portal if I want to. I guess.
Aye.
Hopefully.
So you got that. Is there anything?
I'm doing the show from last year at Autumn on the 30th.
Mint.
The 30th of March, and then start of April, I'm away to Forteventura. So if you're in Forteventura, I'll be there on holiday.
Gigging or just holiday?
Just holiday. I'll
so
be
if
there.
you want to put his suntan lotion on, just go and ask him and he'll let you.
And then kind of end of April,
Just put it in your cell.
I've got I've got a Scottish tour going on.
Lovely.
Some places like Dunkeld, Dundee.
And they can find all the ticket links on your website.
I don't have a website, but you can Google it.
On your link tree?
I do have a link tree, yeah.
Is it on your Instagram?
Yeah,
There we go.
Instagram.
Roscoe Mclelland. Go and find him. I'm about to do Australia. Anybody listening in Melbourne or Sydney, sorry I'm not coming to Perth or Brisbane. A few people have asked, but
Fuck Perth.
just what he said, which I actually don't mind Perth. I had a really nice time there. Melbourne, Sydney, and I'm going to come back and mop up a few UK gigs, which is Annex sold out, Barnard Castle still tickets, and Newcastle nearly full. Before I go, Glasgow Comedy Festival, 15th of March, just before the cup final. I'll hopefully see you at one of them. If not, I'll see you on the next podcast. Bye.